What's up, YouTube? How's it going? Surprise! I was off work today, and I kind of had a lazy day because I had to wait for the rental company that we rent this house for to come fix our shower. And I really didn't accomplish nothing today except for I found a bajillion articles that I came across, and I was like, holy cow, I wish I had this on my live stream the last time. So I was like, well, what the hell? What the hell? I'm just going to do it on the live stream. Why not? Because I can. TKO, what's up? You're in the house. Thank you, sweetheart. I'm so glad you're here. Mr. Atomic is probably not going to moderate this particular live stream because he's out working in the garage. So thank you for being here. And thank you everybody else for being here tonight. And a big thank you to Kay. Thank you, Kay, for your donation to my channel in the last live stream. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. You guys, if you want to super chat, the super chat button is in the chat section where you're typing that $sign. If you feel frisky tonight and you feel like donating to my channel to support future content, feel free to. You can put in a question or a comment and it'll light up bright for everybody to see and I won't miss it. If you can't, don't worry. I still want you here. And for those of you that still want to get my attention during this live stream, you can do the @ symbol, Atomic News, and then type in what you want me to see. And I should be able to see that a little easier than normal chat as well. Okay. Sorry, I got a text from She-Wolf with Guardian Patriots. I had to make sure it wasn't, important intel. Because, I get that. But thank you, Kate. Thank you for your donation. I appreciate that support. Wow. Okay, so the article that kind of triggered my mind in this particular live stream. Hey, Veronica, thank you so much for your $1.99 super chat. I appreciate the support. I was a little surprised about this article. I mean, I kind of figured things like this were happening and have been happening for a while, but nobody was really talking about it. So I was surprised to see it. There was an article from ABC 15, which is the local ABC channel here in Phoenix. And it was titled Drug Cartels Recruiting Valley Children as Young as 11 for Smuggling, Officials Warn. Yep. Did you guys see the video that I posted last night of the hit on the officer that arrested El Chapo's son? I posted that right before I went to bed last night. I'm talking like I was falling asleep while I was posting it, and I was like, oh, okay, upload, And I woke up to 10,000 views this morning at 6 o'clock, and I was like, holy cow, it's a 30-second clip. 10,000 people watched it overnight. I'm like, that's crazy. And of course, YouTube demonetized it because it's cartel, And I was like, of course they would. And then throughout the day, I got another 20,000 views on it. I'm like, okay, I haven't had a video run that many views in a long time. So that's really cool. So I sent it to review to get it approved that it is acceptable for all viewers. And of course, 8 hours later, they approve it. And so, of course, I missed 30,000 views of monetization because that's how YouTube rolls. You would think that they would just be like, okay, run the ads because that would make them money too. What I run and play ads on, they make money too. I mean, we make pennies really, but still it all adds up in the long run, right? Joseph says morons versus drug cartels. Yeah, pretty much. So when I saw this article, I was like, all right, I'm going to keep rolling on this cartel thing because I found out that I know somebody who shall remain nameless for safety and security. Sorry, I'm thirsty, guys. Not sponsored. Who has been personally affected by the cartels. And somebody in this person's family was killed by the cartels. So I was like, whoa, hello, I do this kind of stuff. Why have you not told me sooner? And I assume it's because for safety and security, And so I can't ever name this person, but I do plan on picking this person's brain, let's just say, and seeing what information I can get. And I think that this person is willing to give me what she knows. So I think that would bring a very interesting live stream with those details in the future. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know. I mean, would you like to know firsthand information, secrets about the cartel? I have a feeling you would. So let me get into this article because this is just like, whoa. The U.S. demand for drugs is a highly profitable business, with Americans reportedly spending about $150 billion in 2016 on drugs like cocaine, heroin, and marijuana and methamphetamines. Experts say tougher border security has not stopped cartels from smuggling drugs. Instead, it has only pushed them to get more creative. And now we've talked about that, all this creativeness, okay? The hiding liquid methamphetamines inside coconuts and hiding drugs inside manufactured rocks. You'd think that it was a normal rock, but if you sledgehammered that rock open, the inside would be full of drugs. So they are getting very creative. They have to. That's the only way they get it through, unless they actually pack it through on a person through the desert, which happens in Arivaca. There is an area called Cocaine Alley, and it is where they traffic. They literally will put a series of men, like probably like a dozen or so. They're in camouflage, and they have these huge backpacks on their backs, camouflaged. And inside those backpacks are bricks of various kinds of drugs, and they literally will walk them across the border. Arivaca being one of the areas they can do that. They have to go through the mountains, though. And some of the trail cams that are there have caught this. If you go to Facebook to, it'll hit me in a sec. Hold on. Arizona Border Recon, yes. On Facebook and watch some of their videos, you will see the trail cams picking up these exact guys that I'm talking about. All right. And this is the area that I am trying to get escorted down. Me and Jen, we're going to have to go full camouflage, fully armed, fully, undercover. We're trying to get, work up, getting down there and getting escorted by, people who know the area, let's just say, so that they can take us to see, these trails that they come through and see the food and water drop areas that they have, not just for the cartels, but the drop sites for like No More Deaths, that group that leaves supplies out for people because they know that people die in the desert when they're trying to cross. So that's something that's like in the works. I would prefer to do that in cooler weather than hotter weather, but there is some more gear that I need before I can do that. I don't know if you guys know, but I have like a really, really seriously bad foot problem. I have the worst plantar fasciitis like ever. My podiatrist is like, he's sitting there with the ultrasound probe on the arch of my foot, and he goes, "That's some pretty serious inflammation." And I was like, you think? So I have to find boots that I can handle walking through trails like that without destroying my feet, because I'm on my feet all day at work. So it's important that I get the right gear before I do this. But we're going to do this sometime soon. So I think that will be something that you guys will like to see. Hey, Frank, how's it going? What's up? I'm sorry I missed your live stream last night. I wanted to be in that one so bad. And of course, 'tis the season with work in retail. And like I told you guys before, if I'm in the middle of a transaction at the end of my shift, I can't leave even though my shift is over. I have to finish that transaction. That's how I make my money. So I was like, 24 away from 1,000 subscribers. Awesome, you guys. I want you guys all, if you're not subscribed to Frank's Freedom Lounge, he's in the chat right now. He's one of my moderators. He also has Let's Be Frank, that channel. I've recommended him so many times. He's been on my channel before. Go subscribe, okay? So he can hit 1,000, and that way he can start doing live streams on that new channel. And you guys, if you're not subscribed to my backup channel, I need you guys to subscribe to my backup channel. I'm a little behind Frank there. I think I've only got like 580 something on the backup channel, but I need you guys to subscribe to that one too. This is Atomic News. My backup channel is Atomic News TV. All right, so super easy to find both of them. You just add the TV. All right, so make sure you're subscribed to both, because if YouTube ever gets pissy about what I post, which with the community standards changing on December 10th, this could happen. They could try to shut me down again, okay? They've done it before. I won the appeal, but who knows? Next time I may not win the appeal, and I may just have only my backup channel. And if I can't live stream, if I don't have 1,000 subscribers on that channel, if I can't live stream, you guys are going to have to sit on recorded videos for however long it takes for me to get to 1,000. Okay, so very, very important. I need you guys to subscribe to both Frank's Freedom Lounge and my backup channel, Atomic News TV. Okay, so there are 40 people in here and only 27 likes. You guys make sure you hit the like button, please. Help a girl out, because we know that I'm being censored on that video alone, that cartel video that I posted last night. 30,000 views, and I'm getting squat off of it now. I mean, it's finally remonetized. Of course, I got it remonetized after the review, but still, I lost 30,000 views. That could have been, you know, that could have bought me lunch. So, going on with this article, okay? We have 11 and 12-year-old kids already being approached to smuggle narcotics. There is no age limit for this. Cartels will look for those more vulnerable, and the first opportunity they have, they'll take it. Said Alan Ridalgo, the U.S. Customs. Oh, this person's with U.S. Customs and Border Protection, it says. Okay. So ABC 15 investigators exposed the newest tactic from drug cartels in Arizona, recruiting kids as young as 11 years old from all walks of life and backgrounds to smuggle drugs for the cartel. My guess is that they approach them and tell them, hey, we're going to hurt you. We're going to kill your family. We're going to, this, that, and the other, if you don't do this. Well, let's see what it says. Let's see if it says anything like that. The ABC 15 investigators went to the U.S.-Mexico border near Nogales to find out why cartels are now targeting Valley children. When they say Valley, they mean the Phoenix Metro Valley area. Nogales, not a place you want to go at nighttime, I'll tell you that. They are using females more than males, even Caucasian females and males, to do the transshipment of narcotics, says Raul Rodriguez, a detective for the Santa Cruz County Attorney's Office. Rodriguez said cartels are running out of teens to recruit in the Nogales metro area, so now they're recruiting in places where no one expects them. He says cartels use social media, okay, just like Islamic extremists do. They use social media to target people and brainwash people, okay? He says cartels use social media, video games, word of mouth, or trips to Mexico as some of the paths to recruitment. So when the Richie kids, or, anybody really, but goes down to party in Mexico with their family for vacation, they get targeted. Okay, you could be walking with your friend on the beach or walking with your friend to the store down in Nogales, or on the beach, in Mexico, and that's when somebody's going to approach them. Okay, when mom and dad are not right there with them. A kid from Glendale, Peoria, Mesa. Okay, Glendale is near me. Peoria is near me. Mesa, it's about a 45-minute drive from me. Can come down here with friends or relatives. They said they are just going to spend the day and go back, but within a couple hours they are recruited, said Rodriguez. The community needs to know. The community needs to do something about it. It says, we've had young people from this community being arrested near the border for smuggling reasons. He added that the spike in the number of Valley children busted for smuggling is alarming. According to Border Patrol, between 2017 and 2018, More than 300 kids have been picked up for smuggling humans or drugs. Okay, so it's not just drugs, it's humans too. They're like, hey, I need you to take these people in your trunk across the border when you go back over, because kids go over to party for the day, get drunk, drink tequila, ha ha ha, we're drunk, we had a great time, and they're compromised at that point because they're drunk, and then they're like, hey, you need to put these people in your back seat, or in your trunk, and they smuggle people that way. They say drugs are in their vehicles, taped to their bodies, swallowed, or stuffed into body cavities. Yeah. Let that sink in for a minute. If one of those packages ruptures, that juvenile can die. Okay, we've all heard this, all right? They make you swallow it, the bag breaks open in your stomach, your body absorbs the entire contents of the bag, you go into overdose, you die. Okay, if you're lucky, it's going to come out the other end, and then you deliver the goods and you're off the hook. All right. One of those, sorry, I already read that part. Silva said many kids think being underage protects them from prosecution, but that is incorrect. Young and dumb. In Arizona, there's a statute that specifically says that children under 18 can be prosecuted as adults if they're 14, 15, 16, or 17, and they committed a class 2 felony. Silva prosecutes minors as adults on a case-by-case basis, but stresses that the mandatory minimum prison time is 3.5 years if they're caught. That's the least that they are going to do if they go to trial and got convicted. Silva says there is a misconception that only kids from Hispanic backgrounds are at risk. He says cartels do not discriminate. That's true. The majority of people that they are getting arrested right now for trafficking hard drugs through our port of entry are white. Okay, they're getting the white man. Border Patrol agent Alan Regal. Why do these names have to be so complicated? Regalado said they're also dealing with southbound smuggling, American teens trafficking weapons, ammunition, and money into Mexico. Don't think it won't happen to your kid, because it may. Interesting. So they were smuggling things into Mexico too. Maybe things that they can't get in Mexico. And all it takes is some young and dumb kid. Here's a few bucks, kid. Just bring that on over when you come party here in Nogales. What do you guys think? I need another drink of the non-alcoholic kind. These are so good. Have you ever had these? Oh my gosh. Like, I can't go back to normal water again anymore. It's either the hint waters that are flavored with fruits, or the Icelandic water. You guys, Icelandic water, it's filtered through volcanic rock, like no joke, okay? And it has like a really high pH, so it's a high alkaline water, which is better for you than an acidic water. If you don't know anything about that, you might want to Google that on YouTube. Google that on YouTube. Search that on YouTube. Even though I think they're all the same company anyway. But anyway, you know what I mean. So, scary. This is scary, okay? Doesn't surprise me. It really doesn't. And I know this has been going on forever. You've all heard probably this old story, okay, that has been around for, I must have heard this decades ago, okay, about a family went over the border, or was waiting in line at the border, and the little girl ran across the street to get something while they were in line, and before the parents realized what was happening, the bad guys, for lack of a better term, had already got her, killed her, and stuffed her with narcotics, and were holding her, like that was their child to cross the border, so that they used her body to smuggle the drugs. Okay, that's been around. That story's been around for a long time. I don't know if that's one of those urban legends or if that's something that really happened. If anybody knows, let me know. I'd be interested to know if that's a real story. I'd love to know the background on that, because I've heard that in various, forms, probably for 30 years. But scary. Can you imagine? So I have a lot of articles about the cartel right now. The Mexican cartels are winning the propaganda war. Okay, this is an article from Breitbart that came out this week. And it has a picture of cartel members in camouflage, basically armed like their military. And that is what the cartels are right now. And that's why the Mexican president, AMLO's not doing anything about the cartels, because he's a scared little wussy. If he's not bought and paid for by the cartels, he's scared of the cartels. Those are the only two options for somebody to not do something about what's going on there on the Mexican American border. Okay. We've heard about all the shootouts. It is such a common thing where they tell us here in Arizona, don't go to this area, don't go to that area. There's cartel wars right now. There's shootouts right now. People are getting killed. And then this family just got killed. That included, 2 8-month-old twins. And then I posted you guys the footage of one of the family members as they came up to the car. Is about 30-second clip, I think. I didn't want to put too much of it because it's kind of heartbreaking and personal. And I did not monetize that video, just so you guys know. I'm not going to make money off of somebody's tragedy like that. But it's a video of somebody basically coming up to the burned out, charred cars where there's nobody left. They're all dead. And it's sad. It's sad. Donald Trump tweeted, and somebody asked me about this. Do you really think, Lawra, do you think Trump is going to do something about this? He tweeted basically, we can go in and take care of this problem with the cartels like that. Just give us the high sign, Mexico. And of course, he smoothed the feathers of AMLO and kind of stroked AMLO's ego, telling him he's a great guy, And I remember seeing on Twitter, this lady's like, how could you think AMLO's a great guy, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, dude, are you really that dumb, lady? He doesn't think he's great. He's stroking his ego so that AMLO's like, oh, yeah, because that's what Trump does. Okay, Trump knows what he's doing. So if AMLO said, yes, please come help us with the cartels, I really think that Trump would. I really do think that he would. We would be a target. Absolutely. The wall would be a target for the cartels, and they have military style, weapons. They have grenade launchers. They have, all rocket launchers. They, look at this picture of them right here. Hi. That's a military cartel. The cartel is militarized, basically. And we then would have war on our border. If it doesn't happen now, it will happen one day. I can tell you that it will, because we're going to get to a point where we're not going to tolerate this anymore. This is not the first time Americans have been killed by cartels. All right. The person that I know that I spoke of earlier in this live stream had a family member killed by cartel. All right. Yeah. And there's a lot of secrets in regards to that. I'm going to get the details, though, and share that with you eventually. But it says here, cartels repeatedly demonstrate their capabilities as effective propagandists against the general public, rivals, and even layers of Mexican or international governing bodies. Their practices try to blur the lines between criminality, terrorism, and even righteous insurgency, raising red flags for national security. It is a national security threat. And can you imagine if the cartels decided to wage war on the border? How many Democrats do you think that would say, oh, that's a fake war? That's not really happening. They would. They absolutely would, because there's no crisis on the border unless it involves toilet water. And notice the Democrats haven't done anything about that. Didn't I tell you guys? They're not going to do anything about that. They're just going to talk shit. They're going to talk smack and do nothing. And that's exactly what happened. They're more right now focused. the moment is impeachment, and then it'll shift to something new. Because, like I tell you all the time, every few weeks it's something new. And then Mr. Atomic told me today, he said, do you know that the Democrats have tried to impeach every single Republican president for like the last 40 years or something like that? I think that's what he told me. And I was like, what? Are you for real? So did they try to impeach Bush? Did they try to impeach Reagan? Like, I guess. I don't know. I'll have to look into that. Does anybody know if that's true? Oh, Black Bart's here now. Okay. Hey, Mr. Atomic, he's here now. Okay. So, since Eisenhower, he said. Okay. So yeah, that's all they know how to do. That's really all they know how to do. Anyway, going on with this, it says, though typically unrealized, many Mexican cartels manage their organizations like large corporations, complete with accounting, legal, and public relations departments. It is common for members to refer to their group as a company. Simply referring to them as drug cartels minimizes their impacts on life and culture south of the border and beyond. Dedicated propaganda cells traffic in all forms of new and old media outreach. They place vinyl banners on government buildings, bridges, overpasses, and monuments. In one instance, they even dropped leaflets from an airplane reminiscent of PSYOPs efforts prior to a military invasion. Okay, they've done that before. We've done that where we've dropped flyers below and said, get out of town because we're gonna bomb. We've done that. Yeah, wow. They also use social media to hold on. Let me read the sentence. Okay, basically saying they also use social media to put out graphic torture footage to catch the attention of international journalists. Every message is designed to either threaten rivals, defend its actions, or even promote good deeds for the benefit of the civilian population living on their turf. So they try to make themselves look like the good guy, and they're really the bad guy. Mexican journalists also walk a tightrope when attempting straight coverage of cartel exploits. Such work in Mexico is some of the most dangerous in the world. Well, yeah, that's why nobody wants to approach the cartels. Nobody wants to try and exterminate the cartels. Nobody, they just let them do it because they're scared. It's dangerous. You say something wrong about the cartel or you get on their bad side, they'll come get you. They send people here into the United States to come get you. In 2019, nearly 250 cases of violence directed at media personnel in the country were documented. Investigative reporters willing to dig into the cartel and government connections are specifically at risk, it says. These organizations do not circulate press releases and hope for glowing coverage. Many Mexican newsrooms are compromised to the point that a particular cell will be in constant contact to act as a de facto assignment editor, deciding which unflattering stories go unpublished versus items that make rivals look bad in the public eye. Failure to cooperate too often means death. You know what this sounds like? North Korea. Okay? North Korea is like the propaganda capital of the world. All right. Seems like an offshoot, okay, of North Korea. Still bad, but not as crazy as North Korea. And I'm telling you, I watch documentaries on North Korea all the time. I'm fascinated by North Korea, and how that whole place is just one big show. And everything, your whole entire world is orchestrated by the government. Yeah. So, they're really good at what they do, the cartels. They're good at it. And that's why they're continuing to flourish and make money and control the border. I did post a clip earlier today. It was a previous ICE employee. I think he might have been a director of some sort. I can't remember. But he basically explained how the cartels control the border. It's not, the government does not control Mexico in those areas. The cartels do. And it's a pretty scary thing. So, oh my God, do I have so many articles, you guys? Let me see what I want to give you guys next. You guys don't forget to hit that like button. Oh my gosh, there's 66 people in here and 66 likes. That's awesome. And don't forget, if you want me to see something in chat, you can hit the @ symbol, Atomic News, and then type whatever it is you want to type, and I'll be more likely to see it than seeing, the whole chat going. Or you can super chat. And if you make a donation to my channel, I will give you a shout out here live. Let's see here. Okay, illegal immigrant population inside the U.S. surged 550,000 in 2019. 550,000 more. The illegal immigrant population that entered the United States from the southwest border region jumped 550,000 this year, a combination of those who crossed the U.S.-Mexico border undetected and those released into the country after being apprehended at key border crossings, according to a new report. The numbers break down this way. Approximately 350,000 children traveling alone and adults with children were likely released into the U.S. and approximately 200,000 crossed the border undetected. The illegal population of the U.S., if we include asylum seekers in that group, will have increased by 550,000 in the fiscal year 2019, according to the immigration analyst Stephen Kopitz, president of Princeton Policy Advisors. So I just kind of wanted to throw that number out at you. I won't bore you with the entire article, but I thought that was significant, since my channel is, mostly about immigration and the border and the wall and everything like that. I try, with the border not being as hot of a topic as it was this time last year, I try to find every single article I can and every tidbit to keep, going, knowing what's going on the border for you guys. And it gets harder and harder as weeks go by, because it's not a hot topic right now. And, the media is only going to put out there what works for them. It's the whole fake news thing. Let's see here. You guys, Veterans Day, okay, the Veterans, this is just a little tidbit I want to tell you guys. Veterans Day Parade, Trump will be returning for the Veterans Day Parade. He's going to be making an appearance, you guys, and I guess he's the first sitting president to do that. So that's pretty awesome. I wanted to share that with you guys. So if you see it televised, watch it, because it's historical, all right? If no other president has done it, leave it to Trump. He will. Here is another cartel article. Mexican drug cartel cell busted with 220 pounds of meth in Kansas. Okay. Gee, is Kansas on the border? No. That's how far the cartels work into the United States. All right. So it's not just the border states. It goes farther than that. All right. They're going to make their way all the way through us and up to Canada if they can, if somebody doesn't get out there and stop it. So it says Wichita, Kansas. A prosecutor said in court today that, this is the 4th, that on the 4th, federal agents seized more than 220 pounds of methamphetamine in a drug trafficking case in the Kansas City, Kansas metro area. Opioids are more often in the news, McAllister said, but methamphetamines remain our biggest drug problem in the Midwest. Yes, I'd agree with that. Coming from Illinois, people would like OD at the Popeyes chicken or in the McDonald's bathroom. Like, ODing on methamphetamines is such a common thing that people carry around Narcan. Okay, I have Narcan. All right, not for myself, but I went through a training class at the animal hospital that I used to work for. The owner of the animal hospital worked on the board of health for that area, and we were all trained how to properly use Narcan and carry Narcan because overdoses were such a common thing there in the Midwest. I have to look and see if it's even expired. I used to carry it in my purse, so if somebody was overdosing, I could just boom hit them with the Narcan and save their life. But I don't carry it in my purse anymore. I thought it would be kind of weird, because I mean everybody there knows about the problem, but here people are gonna be like, "Well, why are you carrying Narcan? Are you a druggie?" So it's kind of just sitting on my side of the bed in my nightstand drawer. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with it, but yeah. So let's see what else I got for you. I could seriously live stream for 2 hours on all the articles that I found today. I was like, whoa. So with the family that died, or the family members that died, there's a lot of articles out there right now on that. So I suggest, if you guys want to know more about that, there are a lot of good articles out there. There's one here by Fox News, AZ Central. You can find a bunch on AZ Central. But here's one from Fox News. The U.S. victims of Mexican cartel massacre range from 8-month-old twins to 43-year-old mother. So I'll just show you what it looks like if you guys want to go find that article. And it shows the kids. Isn't that sad? That is so sad. That is sad. And you can never make sense of it. You can never make sense of it. Did anybody see that video I uploaded of the guy coming up upon their cars that were burned out? Let me know in the chat. I'm just curious if you guys watched it. Let's see. Oh no, that's an older article. I found an article about a tunnel that they once found on the border that was like they had like a railway through it, basically, and solar powered lights and stuff like that. It was really whoa. I was like, they went all out for that tunnel, didn't they? Oh, did you guys hear about this? This cracked me up. Okay, you guys know, okay, Frank posts all these all the time, and I've posted a few of his, but all the little memes where it's like, and Epstein didn't kill himself. Okay, a Clovis brewery, which Clovis, California, okay, printed Epstein didn't kill himself on the bottom of their cans, okay? So on the bottom of their cans there, that has got to be the ultimate meme right there, you guys. I'm gonna give you guys like one more article, and then I'm gonna let you guys go because I still got things to do. I gotta work tomorrow. Okay. Okay, here's what an article about Trump. Okay, Trump says he could send U.S. military into Mexico to wage war on drug cartels. So this is an article talking about basically what he said in regards to that. I know there's a lot of talk about that on at least my Facebook because I have a lot of patriots on my Facebook. If you find me on Facebook, great, and you friend me, okay. But I'm not going to tell you guys where to find me. If you get lucky and you find me, you better friend me soon because I'm almost to 5,000 and they cap you at 5,000 and then you can't take any more friend requests. So if you find me, great. But I like to try and keep as much as I can secret, like where I work and stuff like that. So it says Donald Trump has suggested sending the U.S. Army over the border into Mexico to wage war on drug cartels in a typically bombastic tweet. Whatever that means. The U.S. president said his country stood ready, willing, and able to get involved and do the job quickly and efficiently if his Mexican counterpart, AMLO, asked him for help. AMLO declined the offer during a press conference on Tuesday, but said he would speak to Mr. Trump about security cooperation between the two nations. So in other words, yes, please help us, but keep it on the down low so the cartels don't kill me. That's what that means. Mr. Trump's suggestion came after an American family was slaughtered by gunmen during an ambush in Mexico's Sonora state. The family had been traveling in a convoy of SUVs. It was on a mountain road. It was an odd area, I'll tell you that. He tweeted, a wonderful family and friends from Utah got caught between two vicious drug cartels who were shooting at each other, with the result being many great American people killed, including young children, and some were missing. If Mexico needs or requests help in cleaning out these monsters, the United States stands ready, willing, and able to get involved and do the job quickly and effectively. The great new president of Mexico has made this a big issue, but the cartels have become so large and powerful that you sometimes need an army to defeat an army. Okay, so that's where he was stroking AMLO's ego there. The great new president of Mexico. And then somebody on Twitter said, "Great new president. He's blah 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 blah." I was like, "Come on, do you really think he means that? Come on." This is the time for Mexico, with the help of the United States, to wage war on the drug cartels and wipe them off the face of the earth. We merely await a call from your great new president, is what he said. At least 9 members of the Mormon family, including twin babies, were killed. Somebody is tweeting me. Somebody who's watching this live stream, I think, just tweeted me. Yes, I'm on Twitter under Atomic News. So you can find me on Twitter. You guys make sure you follow me on Twitter. I'm kind of a jackass on Twitter. I have no filter on Twitter, and I just say it the way it is. So if you can handle that, follow me on Twitter. And then it goes on to talk about the whole massacre, which, we already talked about that in a previous live stream. But I think I have mixed feelings, okay? I'm going to put my phone down since that's the last article. I have mixed feelings. I'm just curious, do you guys think the U.S. getting involved into knocking out the drug cartels, do you think that is a good idea or a bad idea? If you think it's a good idea, type 1 into the chat room right now. And if you think it's a bad idea, we shouldn't get involved, type 2. I'm just curious what you guys think. Let me know there. I'm watching. Sherry says 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Carol says 1. Bad Company 1. Huh? What? Repeat, please, Chris. If you think it's a good idea that the U.S. gets involved with cleaning out the cartels, type 1. If you think it's a bad idea, type 2. Dorinda 1. Blue Moon 1. Kimberly 1. Sean 1. Lots of 1s. Russell, you are right. Cartels are no better than ISIS. They are. That's what they are. The cartels are terrorists. It's a terrorist group. And, well, the U.S. has already proved that we are competent in eradicating terrorists. Okay? ISIS. Okay? al-Baghdadi, Saddam Hussein. We've gotten quite a few of them. We're good at it. And we literally could wipe them out in a very short period of time. But how will that affect us? Are we going to go into a whole nother race war with the Democrats? He's saying that Trump is racist against the Mexicans, and that's why he wants to go bomb the cartels. And they'll sympathize with the cartels. The Democrats will think, it's not, we shouldn't be getting involved, and it's racially motivated, and it's just a white supremacist Donald Trump trying to, flex his muscles and destroy, another race in their land. I guarantee you that's what would happen. And then they try and impeach him for that too. Dude, if he farted wrong, they try to impeach him. It's ridiculous. They're wasting our time and money again. But so I think that eradicating the cartels is a good idea. I think it is. I think we need to be prepared, though, for what it opens up here. because you're going to have those bleeding heart liberals out there protesting it and having a problem with it, and thinking that, Republicans and conservatives are bad people, even though we want to eradicate something bad, because that's their mindset. Democrats make poor decisions. Wait, no, it's supposed to be migrants make poor decisions. Isn't that what I usually say? Now I can say Democrats make poor decisions. So I'm kind of wishy-washy on how I feel about that. Because, yeah, we could go in there with all that firepower, but then we'd also start a war, right? It wouldn't be us against Mexico. It would be us against the cartels, and hopefully Mexico helping us against the cartels. But what damage could they do to us? All of the border states. How would our security change? Would we be banned from crossing the border? Would we be banned from, would we have a buffer zone, where we could not travel? You know what I'm saying? Aqua Dynamo says, God bless you. Thank you. Thank you. And, like a demilitarized zone, like between North and South Korea, like where you can't cross and nope. Like, would that happen to us? Carol says, open up a can of whoop ass. Yep. Hold on. Let me approve that. I don't know why. I guess YouTube didn't like the word ass. Whatever. Okay, good. Okay. Sorry. We had some comments that had to go through review before it posted. YouTube likes to pick out certain words as, like ass and shit and whatever. And then the moderator has to go in and approve it. But I think it's a little too sensitive. And we all know on this channel, we say it the way it is, right? I don't sugarcoat anything. What it comes out of my mouth is what I think. It's really the literal way I think. So could the cartels, unleash, stuff towards us, as far as firepower? Could they blow up our wall that was just built? Could they, kill Americans that are vacationing? Could, a lot of things could happen because they don't have a conscience. They don't care. Just like any Middle Eastern terrorist, okay, or terrorist cell of any kind, they have no care for human life. They just want money and power, and they're going to do whatever they need to do in order to get it. And if that means lose a few lives on their end too, that's worth a sacrifice. Just like, ISIS terrorists, they have bombs strapped to their vests basically, and they'll blow themselves up, in the name of whatever. That's what these guys will do too. They are equivalent to ISIS. So it could, that's TKO has a good point there. Let them kill each other, not us. Yeah. Maybe there's a way we could do that. Yeah. Agua Dynamo says we won't be able to travel by plane or get a passport without the real ID as of 2020. So you're right. It may change to that things due to the people in control that need trained. Yes. Okay. So yeah, what's funny is I have a real ID, but Mr. Atomic doesn't. He's like, how did that happen? When we went to go get our IDs, we went at different times. I think I got mine like a week or two after him, and I guess your ID has a certain symbol on it that signifies it's a real ID, and mine does, but his doesn't. And I said, well, I guess you're not going across the border. But he needs to fix that soon, because my number one thing on my bucket list in life is to go to Iceland. I want to go to Iceland. I'm kind of obsessed with Iceland, and so we're gonna have to get passports and all that kind of stuff. But you're prepared, Dynamo. And then how do I say this? Schnick. How do you say that? So Ken. I'm just gonna go by Ken. Okay. Beats the hell out of fighting Muslims in the Middle East. Yes, right. I would rather have all of our military here in the United States fighting on our soil for our land than somebody else's war. They've been fighting somebody else's war forever. It's time to, just like when we use military to secure the border, that's what we should be using them for, not in not in another country to fight somebody else's war. They need to do it themselves, and that's why letting other countries like Turkey and Russia get involved with the Middle East, do it. It's your turn, At some point, it's your turn. We cannot be the world's police department. We just can't. It's too draining on our economy over long periods of time. And it's money that we could be investing into our own people. And plus, we don't want our military men and women over there where it's dangerous. So many people have died, and thank God, my son-in-law is back from his assignment on the border. I'll be interested to find out this Christmas any details he can share with me. Of course, there's some things they can't share, but I knew that he was called to the border, and he had been on the border in a location they could not tell us. And he had been there for at least, I think, a month or two. But he's done now, and he came home, so that's good. And I will get to see him this Christmas, so that's cool, with Mr. Atomic's daughter. She's not my daughter; she's his daughter from before me. But she's beautiful, and we're so glad we found her recently. We found her, what was it, 2 years ago now, Mr. Atomic? Something like that? Oh, you're saying he was down there 3 months? Okay. 3 months. Yeah, it was about 2 years ago when I had my surgery on the nerve in the back of my head, and so anyway, so that's what I have for you guys tonight. I hope I'm starting to ramble now, so I hope you guys enjoyed that information. I am going to pick a little more into the cartels, as much as I can safely do. I am going to try and get information from this individual who shall remain nameless and share that with you. I asked this person, I'm like, hey, what if I interviewed you and I blurred you out and, did voice, modifications, et cetera, et cetera. And this person's like, no. I'm like, okay, so it must be juicy enough that this person doesn't want to even do that. So I will try and bribe this person with a yummy lunch or dinner or something and try and get the details for you. And then I'm still working on getting down to Arivaca and being escorted into the hills there down what they call Cocaine Alley. I want to do that with Jen from AZ Patriots, which, by the way, you guys, Jen is doing great. And for those of you that weren't in the live stream that I spoke about it, those identity fraud charges were dropped, no charges filed, just as she thought. It was just a whole thing to smear. It was a smear campaign, basically. So she's doing good. Everything's fine. So not to worry about that. I know some people are still emailing me about RKTNN. I don't have any new info on RKTNN. So I do know that they did post an update video on their channel about Randall. So you guys can just go over to RKTNN and find out. I think they've raised like $16,000 in donations for Randall for his medical care and his family, because his family had to move, and Randall's still in rehabilitation, post strokes. And so I know that money's going to come in handy for that family. And that's so fantastic because so many patriots stepped up and supported them. And I think it's fantastic. And I know that some of my viewers did that. So I want to thank those of you that did. I really appreciate that, because you never know what life is going to throw at you. You just never know. And Randall is younger than me. I think he's like 10 years younger than me. And he had 3 strokes. That's crazy. You got to take care of yourself, guys. His wife said he wasn't doing what he was supposed to be doing. He wasn't taking care of himself. You guys got to take care of yourselves, every one of you. Okay. That's the advice that I can give you. If you have medication you should be taking for high blood pressure or diabetes or cholesterol, there's a reason why it's prescribed to you. So take it. Okay. I will do another live stream sometime this week. I'm working on something right now, but I'm definitely going to live stream this week. I don't know if I come across a whole bunch of more articles, maybe I will live stream again this weekend, like Sunday night. We'll see, but I'll keep you guys posted in the community section, like I did today when I said, hey, got a lot of stuff, might do a live stream tonight, stay tuned. And if you have not seen those videos that I posted last night, the one where the cartel executes a hit on the officer that arrested El Chapo's son, go watch it. It's 30 seconds long, okay? Make sure you're subscribed to my backup channel, Atomic News TV, okay? Please do it. And then make sure that you are subscribed to Frank's backup channel too. Frank's Freedom Lounge, right? He's trying to hit 1,000. We need him to hit 1,000. We need my backup channel to hit 1,000 so that both of those channels can live stream. Just in case, December 10th, there's new community guidelines on YouTube, and all of us patriots are just waiting to see what happens, because any of this kind of conversation can be considered hate speech. So, even though I read the whole thing word for word, and I'm like, nope, I don't do that. Nope, I don't do that. You never know how the liberal mind can twist stuff and think that it is. Hey, Granny Goose, how you doing? You are late, but that's okay, honey. You can go back and watch the live stream. I'm sorry you missed it. I'm rambling now, but we talked about a lot of cartel stuff, so definitely go back and watch it. So you guys, I hope you guys have a great weekend, and until next time, peace out.